Okay, what's going on out there, YouTube fam? It's the same Leggy here representing Team JVS. This is my review for the technically was it hour and a half premiere pilot of Superman and Lois. Now, I want to flex really quick because I want to make sure there's no misconception in knowing that I am a longtime Superman fan. This is my own collection of Blu-rays and DVDs. I also have pretty much all the animation features. And to be quite honest and frank with you guys, Superman is my third favorite superhero. It's Batman, Spider-Man, and then it's Superman. And I have been and was a long-time Superman fan. I liked when it came out, Superman Returns. I've loved, of course, Man of Steel. I've followed Lois and Clark. I've followed Smallville. And I feel like the Smallville laid a foundation on the backbone of what became the Arrowverse anyway. The things about this one I was hesitant about was when the first time I heard about it, I was like, I don't really like this costume. The actors, I think that they have great chemistry together, but I was like, I don't know. I was really taking it back behind, the presentation, the way they were laid out in foundation as far as Clark on Supergirl kind of looked even weaker than Supergirl. And on top of that, when it came to the suit, I didn't like it. Then, they dropped this epic thing right here, this amazing suit. And I was like, oh, this joint looks dope. It looks bigger on him and it looks like a muscle suit, but it looks, And so I didn't have much to go on. Then I saw the first trailer and I was like, you know what? This could actually be something pretty dope, right? And now in hindsight, after watching this was a very, very good first pilot for Superman and Lois. And I will effectively say, it's not even on me eating some crow. I will be watching each episode from this point forward. So if you guys want us to do like spoiler discussions on Superman and Lois, maybe me and Lucas will do it. I personally found that the first 15 to 20 minutes of this, it was so good. Like watching Clark, go back through and narrate from his upbringings to what he became, to how he became, and even shifting in things that happened with, Crisis, on how things shifted about with the twins and how they came to be. And I mean, even the score, the music and the score, the atmosphere, like Superman, when the very first time he actually goes and does something, they light this little thing and, General Lane calls him to come there. It was a nuclear situation. And like, it wasn't like, what's the word? It wasn't like, how like in Spider-Man 2, where everybody's like, go Spidey, go. Like nobody was like sitting there like, cheering this man on. Everybody was like terrified. Everybody was trying to come up with their own observation of what to do to solve the problem, right? And you as the viewer are looking at him like, yo, I hope you're listening. Hopefully you're figuring this out. And the way that the execution of it, CG, music, and like it was what's the word? It was subtle. It was so subtle and I loved it. It's kind of like for years, right? Any of you guys that are Smallville fans, for years, all we wanted to see Tom Welling literally being the Superman that this Superman of this show really is. Fully Superman, like up and down, like for good or bad. Clark, when he's Clark, being bumbling and weird, being bumbling and fake around his even own kids, but yet at the same time, very strong, very fragile. Like there's some things that they lay down as far as foundations when it comes to tragedy very early on. And then also some things that happen in this episode, like just my heart dropped for real. Especially if you were a long time Smallville fan and you understand certain relationships that he has with people. I don't want to spoil it, but like there's a moment that I knew he was just compromised. I knew he was. I think that Tyler Hoechlin plays an amazing Superman. I think that he does a great job as Superman. As Clark, he plays the bumbling version of Clark very well to a T. I think that in comparison, the only thing that I can say is that when I think about like Tom Welling, for instance, don't even talk about Brandon Routh or Henry Cavill. When I think about Tom Welling and his difficulty with duality in the situation, right? This Clark, out of all of them, is dealing with a very fundamentally different situation. And it is very compromising because he has 2 kids and he has a whole wife and he's also Superman. What do you do with that, right? And I think that the way that this is written perfectly. I think that the execution of those emotive moments, I don't know if they translated as well in the way that he acted them. I'm not saying that he's doing a bad job as far as the in-between moments of the Clark that is very much so still an alien, but also vulnerable. Because I think that they're executed well, the mannerisms there, like everything is there. I think that the expression of the emotion, the raw emotions, are just not there. Like I think that when I think about Tom Welling, he broke down, bro. He broke down. And this version of Clark, even in this episode, even in the most compromising situation, he didn't necessarily break down, even though he was broken. Even though as a adult, as a hero, he was put to his knees a couple different times, even in this episode. It was interesting because he plays the strongest version of Superman that I can think of. Because in this episode, like there's a couple different things that should really shake him from his foundation. Like I mean, honestly, there was times I was like, hey, I don't know what he's gonna do about this, but he still planted his feet and still kept moving forward. Now, what am I gonna also say? The actress that plays the role of Lois, I think she's perfect. Like she is, bruh. If Erica Durant's, looked in, I mean, if this was a continuation of Smallville, I would believe it. Even though there's certain implications of this that is very finitely different. There are things in this that I was like, she is the perfect translation of Lois, like in spades. Matter of fact, even General Sam Lane makes an appearance in this one. It's very interesting. Out this is written very well. It's not just the production for this is very good, true. VFX good, true. There's some aerial issues that I have with some of the VFX and some of it was an aerial fight that happens. I think that I wish that was a little bit better, but I think for what we got, I think it was still good. But it's just written very well. Like they left some foundations for some of these characters that went well beyond what I thought they were going to go for. And I was very impressed. And not just that, the atmosphere of being back on Smallville, you feel it. Like you feel like that small town. Like anybody that was a Smallville fan, that nostalgia will hit you. You will feel it. And I think that this show plays that up very well. And the chemistry between the family is very well interesting. It's also a very interesting thing when it comes to the kids. Now, I didn't bring too much of that up, but the kids are very vastly different and different than not just like what you would expect. But for me, I was like looking at this, like I was like, I don't know how they're going to navigate this as a superhero couple. I really don't. Like, I mean, both kids, there's dangers on both. And there's also dangers with even being a superhero with these kids. So I'm curious to see where that goes. They do introduce a very classic Superman character in this one. There's a lot of nods. Like there's a lot of Easter eggs I would love to go and dissect for you guys. But I will say effectively, this is a very good first episode. I'd rest this at a 9 out of 10 for a very first episode. And I highly recommend you go and check it out. If you are a old Smallville fan, watch it. If you are a fan of the Christopher Reeve version, I think you'll like it. If you're a fan of Man of Steel, watch it. You'll like it too. And I think that there's definitely something to grab from this from everybody. And there's also a interesting situation that's happening with Superman as well that makes it even more thrilling to see where things are gonna go. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll talk to you guys later on. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. And when you get time, go and check out Superman and Lois. Let me know what you guys think of it. And it will be premiering every Monday, or no, I'm sorry, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, which we will be doing coverage for moving forward. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are interested in us doing a full spoiler discussion on this first episode. All right, guys, peace.